Hello, and welcome to the Love is Stronger Than Fear podcast. I'm Amy Julia Becker, and this is Season 1, Prepare Him Room, Advent Reflections. I'm so happy you're here with me to consider what happens when God shows up in the midst of the eggnog, gift wrap, holiday cards, tinsel, and let's be honest, the stress and the joy of this time of year. Thank you for listening. This podcast is for December 20th, Joy All Year Round. And the reading is from Luke chapter 2, verses 16 through 21. So the shepherds hurried off and found Mary and Joseph and the baby who was lying in the manger. When they had seen him, they spread the word concerning what had been told them about this child. And all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds said to them. But Mary treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all the things they had heard and seen, which were just as they had been told. On the 8th day, when it was time to circumcise the child, he was named Jesus, the name the angel had given him before he was conceived. What I'm about to read is an edited version of an essay that originally appeared on the Huffington Post in 2012. I was walking home from the playground on a warm spring afternoon. Penny, who was 6 at the time, ambled along nearby. I could hear her singing to herself, but I wasn't sure of the tune until she revved up the volume for the line, "God and sinners reconciled." Not exactly what I had expected, but I shouldn't have been surprised. For those of you who don't sing Christmas hymns all year round, this line comes from Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Our kids used to request it before bed, even in July, along with other Christmas church songs that included Silent Night, Joy to the World, Angels We Have Heard on High, and O Come All Ye Faithful. Penny and her younger brother William knew at least 2 verses of each by heart, and I still routinely hear William making up songs that include the words joy, peace, and Jesus. When my kids were little, they sang about Christmas all year round. But when the actual season approached, truth be told, it wore me out. The bedtime message of hope and joy that we repeated night after night didn't get old. It was just that in December, I felt like I had to produce that hope and joy via tinsel and stockings and molasses spice cookies. Between the ongoing news reports of violence and my own weariness of shopping and decorating, there is a part of me that wants to abandon the stuff of Christmas altogether. I would keep the Advent calendar. I would read the Bible stories about Jesus' birth, but perhaps I could banish Jingle Bell Rock and wreaths and bows and stockings and try to bring Christmas back to its spiritual essence. I've realized, however, that to do away with the material stuff of Christmas would be to miss the spiritual essence too. I suppose that decorating a Christmas tree stands only as a shadow of the glory we sing about in Angels We Have Heard on High. But even a shadow of glory deserves my attention. The whole point of Christmas, theologically speaking, is that the abstract became physical. The conceptual became concrete. For my children, for myself, it's important to celebrate Christmas not only through words and hymns and spiritual practices, but through the embodiment of celebration and delight, through cookie swaps and presents around the tree and wreaths on the door. Certainly, there are aspects of Christmas as practiced in my family and across America that are simply about family, tradition, and fun in the midst of the winter doldrums. But family and fun alone aren't worth the effort we make in December. When I sing to my children at night, I'm naming something that runs deeper than peppermint ice cream and mistletoe. And yet it is through baking and decorating and gifts that I communicate the spiritual reality contained in those Christmas church songs. The busyness of this season, the glitz and glamour and exhaustion of it, is worth it. Not because our kids will have a magical experience just for one day, but because we will all catch a glimpse, even for a moment, of what my children asked me to sing about all year round. Joy, peace, hope, and love, offered to us through a baby boy who came all those many years ago.
Thanks for listening to Season 1 of the Love is Stronger Than Fear podcast, Prepare Him Room. For more information, including a free PDF version of Prepare Him Room, go to www.amyjuliabecker.com. While you're there, you can also find out about Amy Julia's books, White Picket Fences, Small Talk, and A Good and Perfect Gift, and when she'll be speaking in your area. Thanks again for listening, and please do consider reviewing this podcast wherever you got it, and please share it with someone else who might enjoy it.